Hello, this is Larry Powell, Circle P Marketing. My wife had reached out to you guys asking if you'd be interested in seeing this video detailing how you guys can get better quality in the very first leads coming in for people searching for concrete contractors for Houston, Texas. So I filmed this quick screencast kind of detailing what your guys' site looks like as far as improving its rankings, what your competition looks like. We'll kind of go over what they're doing. And we'll go from there. So looking at your guys' site, it is very well built. I do like that you have the click to call buttons. That's fantastic. A lot of people are doing mobile searches these days. So to give them that ability to be able to click to call you guys is very, very important. The video is awesome. Video converts very well. So again, very good having that on there. Couple recommendations I have for your guys' site. There was a recent study done by Google where they found that they tallied up over 1 million different websites looking at all the top ranked sites across multiple niches. And what they found from this study is that the top ranked sites had at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on this homepage. Currently, you guys are sitting at about 770 words. So my first recommendation would definitely be to beef up the amount of content you have on here. And I think that would definitely help you guys out with your rankings, just kind of optimize for what Google is looking for those top ranked sites. Other thing I did notice on here that I found kind of interesting, without kind of looking at the back end of stuff, I couldn't tell you for sure, but these different service areas you guys have, you have these all linked to websites that, as far as you have it linked to the HoustonTexas.gov. While it's good to definitely list your service areas, what you're actually doing by having these links to these other websites is you're actually giving what we call backlink juice, which I'll kind of dive into the backlinks a little more here in just a bit. You're actually giving what's called backlink juice back to these sites. So by having all these different sites that you're linking to, you're actually giving a lot of the power that you guys have from backlinks that you are getting for your site away instead of keeping it to your site. So I would very much recommend, if these are what we call do follow backlinks, to where you are giving away that backlink juice, I would recommend taking those links out of there. You can still list that you do services in all these different areas, but you don't need to link them to a website in order to be able to list that. So that would be a big recommendation I have that I think is actually stealing a lot of the power from behind your site. So there's a couple tools I use for looking at a multitude of different things, but this one is called Ahrefs, and it allows me to look at search volumes for different key terms. So for concrete contractor Houston, Texas, there's currently 150 searches per month for that keyword. So looking at Google, just kind of give you guys a quick rundown here. Everybody's used Google, but just to kind of explain everything. Generally, you're going to have paid advertising up here, so people are paying Google to have their website at the top of the Google search results. It is definitely a great option if you're buried back on page 5, but oftentimes you'll actually have a lot higher ROI or return on investment if you're able to get your website into this Google My Business map pack listing in here, so in this top 3, and if you're able to claim this top spot for organic rankings. Being in this top spot for organic rankings, so for that 150 search volume, you can usually figure to be getting about 33% of that, so roughly 50%, or what? So that'd be 50 people a month would be coming to your website just for that one search term. So this is very valuable territory to be in when you're looking at some of these high volume search terms, especially with the cost of concrete jobs. So if you're able to close, say you have 50 of those coming to your guys' your website, say you're able to close 10% of those. That's 5 jobs a month, just off of that one search term that you guys could be generating a lot of revenue from. So looking at your guys' website, you guys are currently sitting at 33rd for the search term, and then you're not in this map packs either. So there's a couple different things that can influence if you guys are going to get into this map pack. One of those being your organic rankings. So being in that 33rd spot, if you guys were to move up, that would play a big factor in you guys getting into this top 3. Another one is called citations, which citation is your business name, address, and phone number on the web. So increase the amount of citation sources you have. A citation source, an example of that would be Yelp, Yellow Book, Those are all directory sites where you're able to list those citations for free. So increasing the amount of citations you have plays a big factor in if you're in this. And then the last one is actually the description you have on your GMB. So looking at your guys' Google My Business, you guys currently don't have any description in here. So having that in there saying, you know, we do concrete, you have it Bermudx Concrete of Spring, Texas. So you're really kind of targeting Spring, Texas with that description. So I would also, there's a spot in here for your bio. Make sure you're including Concrete Houston in there so that Google knows when people are searching for that key term that you guys are one of those businesses that should be popping up. So looking at your guys' site, we're going to go back over to Ahrefs here. This allows me to look at kind of the back end of your site. And earlier I'd mentioned backlinks. And if you're not familiar with that term, I'll explain it real quick. Backlinks, the best way to describe it is it's kind of like a high school popularity contest. So you have the most popular kid in school, says that the least popular kid in school, so site A is the most popular kid, and the least popular kid is site B. And that most popular kid, or site A, he links himself to site B with a web address link on his website. And what happens is you're looking for do follow links. What that means is you're going to be getting that backlink juice from that most popular kid to the least popular kid, or site B. And then the more backlink juice you have, the higher your site will climb in the rankings. That combined with the amount of content you have, if your website is optimized correctly as far as on-site optimization, making sure everything is perfect in Google's eyes, is what influences how far up in the rankings you guys can move. So looking at your guys' site, you have 19 backlinks from 2 referring domains, one of those being do follow. So it is, you know, it is a little bit on the lower side. Looking at what your competition is doing, this is the top ranked AB Concrete. So they're right down here behind Home Advisor, Angie's List. So they're right here at the 5th spot. So they're the first organic ranking. So looking at their website, they have hardly any content. So yes, you guys do have more content than them, but they are doing better on the back end of stuff. So I'd still very much recommend increasing the amount of content you guys have on your website to get to that 1,500 to 2,000 word target. Looking at the back end of their site, they have 66 backlinks from 32 referring domains, with 14 of those being do follow referring domains. So they don't have a whole lot more than you guys out there. But they do have more. So for you guys to be able to pass them up, I definitely think is a doable task. And I think you guys would see a lot of return on investment if you were able to do that. So the last thing I want to talk about really quick is we had talked about citations. So L&L Concrete Contractors is the top ranked here in the Maps pack. So they have 17 citation sources where you guys are sitting at 23. So I am very confident that if you guys were able to increase or move up in your organic rankings, to get into this top spot here, really optimize out that GMB to where you really, you know, had your description on point, really including a lot of those high search volume key terms, you guys would be able to claim one of these top spots in this as well. I apologize for the length of this. Usually I try to keep these between 5 and 6 minutes, but what you guys had going on here at the bottom really kind of interested me, and I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of this. If this was something you guys had this site built out, that you kind of knew what was going on there. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you very much.